Now we are starting with everybody who is on TikTok as and also following for those that are following actually. So I tried to share the link of this class to TikTok, but it's not going because according to TikTok's new rule, they have stopped links to share links to take you out of TikTok. So and I just watched it today and I tried it and it's not going. So now we know that the year is moving towards AI and machine learning and data analytics. But what actually, when we talk about AI, what is AI? What is machine learning? What is data analytics? Like that. Actually, we're going to just have the basic of it, right? So we know that AI is artificial intelligence, just by the word, the meaning of AI. And ML is machine learning, right? And data analytics is actually the process of analyzing data to have more insight, right? For better understanding, right? So generally, AI is a subset. Machine learning is a very big umbrella, right? It's a process of it's a process which data is being cleaned and fed for the advanced for better analytics and use cases in terms of maybe responses and feeding other subsections, which AI comes as a subset of machine learning because AI is an artificial intelligence that dwells on data. And this data has been learned, has been trained. Let's say it has been trained. That's the term. So the data has been trained so that artificial intelligence can now use this trained data to be able to interact with it and then be able to give response intelligently. That's why I say artificial intelligence because it's a man-made intelligence. It's not born intelligence like you and I. I know that some of us like where we are coming from, are very dull people like that. So this is artificial intelligence. That is what is actually shaping the world today. So if you look at from e-commerce to medical research and high quality data sets, high quality data is used to analyze past events and innovate for future. Now, AI and machine learning and data analytics are two fields heavily involved in this process. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how AWS artificial intelligence and machine learning solutions can help you predict future trends and automate processes. Now, I say predict future trends. You remember when you're doing history in school, they were defining history as what was history again? The study
Of
of
past events.
events, right? To enable us make future decisions. Correct?
Mhm.
So we learn history so that it with our history it guide us towards the future. So that's the same thing. So it's just like artificial intelligence or machine learning. It's just history. So it predicts the future by learning what? Analyzing past data. Like if you go to AI to the Open AI, if I go to my account of Open AI, you see that the models that are out there today, like the O2, the ChatGPT model, their data ended in June 2024. So data right up to June 2024, that is what they have trained ChatGPT with. So which means that recent data, they don't have access to the recent data because the process of learning that data or training that data has not yet been put in place like that. So that is how machine learning is all about. So if you look machine learning, you can just compare it or AI, you can just look at it like history and machine learning is the same thing. But now machine learning and history, we just decide to say African history, Cameroon history, we are specific. But for machine learning, it takes the general data sets of past events and then it's been trained on so that it enables the AI to do future predictions like that. So, and that is done through what? Analytics of historic data like that. Now, you say in this lesson, you will learn how to define artificial intelligence and its subsets, machine learning. So, fundamentals. Artificial intelligence is a broad field focused on the development of intelligent computer systems capable of performing human tasks. Capable of performing human tasks, right? So it's an intelligent computer system. So that one you need to understand that AI is a computer system. So it's a computer. Just it's not just it's a processor, right? That processes data which perform human-like tasks. Now, machine learning is a type of AI for training machines to perform complex tasks like that without explicit instructions. So machine learning training finds patterns in vast amount of historic data. So for example, if you want to talk about, we talk about patterns, connected dot. If today I just ask ChatGPT, um, how do I create an application with a Java application? So what is it going to do? Based on all the large set of data, it's going to now look for patterns within the data sets that is talking about Java applications. So with those patterns, so it's going to find patterns that is hidden in large amount of historic data produced by the machine learning model. So whatever model we are using at that point. So the model can then apply the new data to make predictions or decisions. Now, if we look at in example, let's just say anything. Where is ChatGPT? I don't want to log in. Go to new chat. Let's just ChatGPT. No, not just DeepSeek. Let's just take, for example, I know that all of you know about ChatGPT and you use it, but I want us to test something. No, real quick. Why am I not getting the right ChatGPT? All right, so who will be the president of Cameroon in, in the 2025 election? So now, because because I just want us to look at it from because that data is not yet there. It is far too early to definitively say who the president of the election will be, right? So it cannot really say that. But based on historic data about the elections of Cameroon and the political party, it can declare key candidates, President Biya, Maurice Kamto, Akeremona, Eric Simo. It can, because we're talking about data set, this large amount of data. So it's going to find trends with respect to the key, with respect to the question or the key the request that we have made. So it's going to now look, that's what we call about data patterns. It's going to now look at, uh, talk about the polls for March 2025, a recent poll, because now ChatGPT can search online, shows that Camto is leading so far. Open predictions markets also give Bia a 79% chance of winning, even though the current poll is that, and so on. So these are data points where it's going to look at it and then it tries to make future predictions. But if I just ask, who is the president of Cameroon? the president of Cameroon, it is now giving you the definitive answer. Why? Because this data is already there. So you just go and bring the data. But talking about the future, it makes prediction based on historic data. That's what I want also to understand. So it will analyze historic data and be able to make future predictions for what it does not know. But it cannot tell you what is actually going to happen definitively. So you can only make predictions of the future based on historic data, and it's going to analyze. But if you ask something that is in the past, which it already has that, it doesn't need analysis, it doesn't need prediction, it's just going to give you the answer because that is history. I don't know if that is understood. So that is just how AI and machine learning works. So machine learning is that process of training machines to perform the tasks without explicit instructions. So generally, what we see, we do not see machine learning, you and I. We see an AI, which is already the computer that is talking. So ChatGPT is already the computer that is talking. But what happens behind is the machine learning process that has already been trained like that. Based on that's why you see different models are coming here of ChatGPT O2 model, ChatGPT O3 model, ChatGPT this and that, because that is the different models that have been trained based on the data that they have, the new set of data, and the capacity of the machine learning, of the AI, like that. So to test your skill, machine learning is a type of AI training machines to perform complex tasks without explicit instruction. This training process involves finding patterns in vast amount of historic data. What is produced as a result of machine learning training process? One, an explicit rule book that dictates how to perform tasks. Two, a machine learning model that can make predictions and decisions. Three, a data report that summarizes the data. Four, a machine learning database that's database cataloging the types of data found. So what will be the answer here? In this case, Frederick said it's
C.
B. Frederick said it's B. Who else has another answer? Guys, come on. Nobody? Yes, the answer is B. A machine learning model can make predictions or decisions. So, what the produce of the training process, when the machine learning training process is finished, it will bring about a model. So, if you look at this diagram, see here that you have lots of data, AI and machine learning. Once it trains, it brings out a machine learning model that does the prediction like that. So, if I submit this, and that is the correct answer. So machine learning trains data to produce a machine learning model, right? And AI is a computer. It's a machine that uses that model or the data in that model to do future predictions. Now, AI and machine learning on AWS. So that is general about AI and machine learning. Now, when it comes to AWS, we'll identify common business use cases and identify the three tiers of machine learning on AWS. One, they say machine learning helps solve common business use cases. At AWS, solutions for these common use cases and are offered through the AWS machine learning stack. Now, what are some of the common business use cases? Machine learning models powers Amazon.com. We know Amazon.com generally, right? An e-commerce recommendation engine. But machine learning can solve for a lot of other business issues, such as it can predict trends, future stock prices. It can make decisions like routing callers to the right department. It can detect abnormalities such as bank fraud, right? So, uh, this is what I worked on the last time I was working in a bank. So for fraud detection, so it can do all of this, and it does all of this based on data. So it can give trends, it can make decisions, it can do detections. like that. Now, what are some of the solutions? The AWS stack is composed of the following three tiers. One, we have AI services. The AI services are pre-built models that are already trained to perform specific functions. This is what you should know. So the AI services are already trained to perform services. That's the very first layer. If you look, the very first layer here is AI services. Now, the underlying layer is the machine learning services. So these are customized approach with AWS SageMaker AI, where you can build, train, and deploy your own model with fully function infrastructure. So if you want to train your own model, you use a machine learning service like AWS SageMaker AI. So that one you're training your own models. This one is already AWS own pre-built models, which means that the models already exist. But if you want to train your own model, you can use AWS machine learning services. Now you have the third part is the machine learning framework and the infrastructure. It's a complete custom approach for building models using purpose-built chips that integrate with popular machine learning frameworks, like that. So it's a custom approach. Custom means that you can do your own changes and all of that. So, so you can do your own changes like that. So with this, these are the three solutions. You have the AI service, you have the machine learning service, and then you have the machine learning frameworks and infrastructure. Now, if we are looking at the solutions, now, tier one, let's look at the pre-built AWS services. So we are getting deep dive into the services. The AI service tier is made up of pre-built models that already train to perform specific functions. This ready-to-use managed services can help you quickly solve a variety of business use cases. In the next session, you'll learn about the following AI services: language services, computer vision search, and then conversational AI and personalization services. So these are the ones that are already built. When they talk about managed service in AWS, it means that you do not worry about everything. You don't worry about the infrastructure. You don't worry about managing the servers and anything. All is managed by AWS. You are just there to use it, right? So these are managed services. As you're learning AWS more, you're going to understand or see different managed services. And then custom services are the ones that you come in to do some modifications on your own, like that. So we have the language service, which is great when you can interpret text to or speech and transform it into something meaningful. So that's the first service, the language service. So you can speak in French. The model is going to take it, transcribe it. It's going to take your voice, change it to text in the same language, then translate it to text in another language, say Chinese, and then give the voice back to the Chinese person so the Chinese person listen. So I can be talking now in my dialect in Swahili, and you are hearing in your own language, say in French or in Spanish or in Japan. So that is what the language service is all about. And so the service that is responsible for this, you have AWS Amazon Comprehend. So just from the word comprehend means that it understands, it comprehends what you're saying. So comprehend uses natural language processing to extract key insight from documents. It develops this insight by recognizing key phrases, language, sentiment, and other common elements. Use cases, content classification, customer sentiment analysis, and compliance monitoring. So we can use Amazon Comprehend for that. We have Amazon Poly. Amazon Poly converts text into lifelike speech, right? So it supports multiple language, different genders, and variety of accents. You can use it for virtual assistants. You can use it for e-learning applications. You can use it for accessibility enhancement of visual impaired users, like people who cannot see, they have to converse. So you can actually use Amazon Poly. Amazon Poly is good at Poly. You know what Poly is, right? Poly is a parrot. It's a parrot. So just from the comprehend, it means that it can understand, classify content. Poly is a parrot, which means it's used to talk, right? So you can use it for visual assistance and like that. Even people who are visually impaired but they can listen, you can use Amazon Poly for those use cases. You have Amazon Transcribe. So the Amazon Transcribe converts speech into text, and it supports multi-language and offers different features, custom vocabularies, and real time. So use cases, you have like customer call transcription, automated subtitling. You know, when you're watching Netflix in French, a film in French, and you can see the subtitle in English in real time. Services like Amazon Transcribe is used to transcribe that. You have like metadata generations for media content. They also have Amazon Translate, right? So Amazon Translate now it translates, is a text translation service, right? So this type of service is ideal for global communication and it supports real-time and batch text translation. So now with this, only with understanding this, we can now form a big solution with these services. Like for example, if I go to Draw.io just for demonstration's sake, as I'm just looking at this and then I'm talking about it, then I'm just having a simple solution in my head. Like say, okay, if you want to create a particular solution with Draw.io, like you want to build something, just looking at these services, say, I want to build a translation service, this kind of service. Now, the first service we need to, if we want to get a solution, this full solution like this, we need to put these services together, right? We need to put the services together. Now, if we want to put the services together, how do we do it? Here, this part here, this is text to speech. We're going to use what? What are we going to use here? We're going to use something like Poly, right? Because Poly converts text into a live speech. So I know that we have to use Amazon Poly for the next person that's listening. So I'll put Amazon Poly here. Let me show you how solutions are being built. Sorry. Okay, so this is Poly, right? I have Poly. So you see here, Poly is text to speech. I'll put it here at this end, right? So I want to build an application, a machine learning application. So I have Amazon Poly. If I come back here, this guy is transcribing, like it's translating here. This document here needs to be translated here, right? So here we need Amazon Translate. Here we have Amazon Translate. So we'll now have Amazon Translate here. Translate. I'll use this guy. I'll put this guy here. And now here, so this guy will translate to this guy. Now, this guy is talking and we need it to understand, then transcribe. So we need two things. We either need we need Amazon Comprehend. They will also need this transcribe. You see transcribe here. Transcribe now is used to convert speech into text and it supports multiple languages. So you can use it for different languages, right? So want to say that when I'm talking, I need it to listen to it, understand, and then take it into text. So here I need two things. I need Amazon Comprehend that will make the understanding to bring out extract key um, phrases and language sentiments and common feeling, and then pass it now to transcribe. We transcribe now will convert it to a text like that. So with that now, I'll have Amazon Comprehend. Put it here and then Amazon transcribe. So if I was to build, if I was to build a translation app now using machine learning generally, so this is how I'm going to build a solution. Understanding the services, right? I know that once my application is receiving voice from the mic, so I'll have a user here. Normally when the voice is coming, the audio is coming, it need to be stored somewhere. So they will have maybe like an S3 bucket or so, which will store the data. So let's see, user. I'm not saying that this is correct, or I'm just saying that this is how you would definitely be building an application. We'll talk about start making a solution. So if I have a very handsome gentleman who want to use an application, so he is talking into the first person is using is the Amazon Companion. You stock, this will record and then keep into the S3 bucket. We'll have the transcribe that will take it into a key insight to understand it and then translate it. When it has been translated, then it will pass it now to Amazon Translate that will then for translate the audio for the next person now to listen like that. So this is already a solution. Now I'll tell the developers now to develop with this endpoint so that once somebody is talking, it will talk and then the other person will hear in a different language based on the translation language which we define in this section and then there and then based on this guy's own language because we're talking about translation, it's going to translate based on the input and the output like that. So this is already a solution that has been built with the language services in AWS. So this is the AI service. So this will be done now automatically. You don't need to do anything. You just need to talk, and then the other person here in Spanish, the other person here based on the configuration. So this is just an example of how you can use the language services to actually build a solution. So you can do anything. You can do like we're having this class, you can build a solution where you are transcribing, analyzing, and making a document of the call using key insights like that. It's summarizing it and give it to you. That is what a lot of people are doing these days. Even the application that I built, if you come to, I'm using everything as an example so that you understand better. If you come here to this application like Pocket Lawyer, let me just sign in real quick. Here, sign in, with gospel. Now, this is the application that I built where if we sign in, if you come here to document analysis, if I upload any file here, right? If I upload any file here, which document is this? No, let me not use that one. Okay, if I upload the document here, the document has been uploaded. Now what happens? It's pending, language is English, yes. Upload. So you see here, I can choose which language I want for the document. So the language is in English, then I upload the document. Now the document has been uploaded. I can now come here and start asking questions based on the document. See, summarize. Summarize the document like that. You analyze, and then it gives you a reply. So you see, the document appears to be a list of technical metadata, file compressor of this, that, and that. So that is how we build solutions with AI like this. So you just upload the document and then you can now start chatting. Now, what happens behind are the services that you have put together so that they work together to be able to produce the results. So that is what that's how some of these use cases are. You get, I don't know if it's understood up to this point. If it's understood, you give one. If it's not understood, let's move. Let's ask questions. If it's okay, put one in the chat. Yes, Lupro, you have a question?
Yes, good morning. I just wanted to find out, is it like this machine learning codes, which programming language do you use? And how do you integrate it like
No,
with AI?
that one is an advanced level for people that do software development and the rest.
Okay, okay.
This is a
Yeah, but
whole, it's
so with
all
Amazon,
application
they,
that
they offer these services to already
yeah.
the machine language and everything built already.
That is why they say for the AI services, that's why we're talking about. This is a pre-build. This is why you just go there and use it. But you can still build your own. That's why you go to the machine learning services where you can use their own infrastructure to build your own. If you want your own model, your own AI, right? You now can do your own. You can do your own. But if you don't have the time and the technical know-how to do your own, you just use their own. I don't have the technical know-how to do algorithm and analytics. I just go and see what has already been created, people. I take it and integrate it in my own application, and then I solve my solutions like that. I don't know if that's okay. That's understood.
Yes, yes, okay, it's good then.
So you see, these are the language services. The next one is computer vision and search. When we talk about computer vision and search, it means to see and identify, right? And then to search for something. So the ideal for answering questions and gathering insight from various types of content such as document, images, videos, and more look like something like this. So you ask a question and answer, it will search, analyze, then document, make a document out of it. You have services like Amazon Cassandra. Cassandra uses natural language processing to search for answers with large amount of enterprise content. Because it understands context of a query, it can return a more precise, relevant answers than just list of documents and matching keywords. So Cassandra really, really understands something. Yeah, it's like SNS and SQL, which are already services that you just use, right? You're right. So Cassandra now uses natural process. When you talk about natural processing language, it means that it understands what you and I see. It takes that to actually do searches to answer your question. So you have AWS, Amazon Cassandra. They have Amazon recognition from the word recognition, which means that Amazon recognition is a video analyzing service. It can identify objects, people, and text, scenes in activities within image, videos stored in Amazon simple storage services. So if you want to, when people you take uh, a picture and then you're doing facial recognition, you see, you watch movies, computer, scan, and then bring the data of the person and then put together. So they're using services like Amazon recognition to able to identify objects in videos and images. So see content modification, identification, major analysis, and home automation. Even now on TikTok, when you start uploading some type of content, like I just sent a link on TikTok, it did not even go anywhere. It did not even post. There are times that if you send harmful content, you see on somebody's live, you want to install the person, it will not show, the person will not see because they're using a recognition services, which it's there to analyze and recognize things very fast and then it remove them in time. There you have Amazon Textract. Just as I'm using document extra, Amazon Textract detects and extract typed and handwritten text from documents, forms, and even tables within a document. So you can write with your hand, put it in a document, it's going to extract that from it. So you see that we can now combine these services to and still build a solution. We can even still add, not here, we can even still add it here and make a full-fledged solution because it's just a language, a text to speech to text to speech solution, but then we can now integrate it with other services as well. So Cassandra is used for natural language search. You have Amazon Recognition to identify and analyze video. It's a video service. And then you have the text track to extract handwritten and typed text in a document. They have the conversational and personalization services. The one that you can talk with, you can chat with, like a chat bot, like chat GPT kind of bot, right? Which is conversational. So you have Amazon Lex. You can add a voice or a text conversational interface to your application. This uses both natural language understanding and automatic speech to create lifelike conversation. So like a virtual assistant. So you can now make a call and then you can use Amazon Lex to answer your call, talk like you, and oh, it's not Cassandra, it's Kendra. No, one, there's one Cassandra that there with me somehow. So the name Kendra, the name Kendra is just the name Kendra is just sounding like Cassandra. So that Cassandra has stuck in my head. Sorry guys, it's Amazon Kendra, not Cassandra. But there's another service in Amazon called Amazon Cassandra that is a database. So 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 I just confused both. All right, it's Kendra, Amazon Kendra, not Cassandra. Sorry about that. So Amazon Lex is a chatbot for conversation, and then Amazon Personalized. That's the first time hearing this one. You can use historic data to build intelligent application with your personalized recommendation for your customers. Okay. So, which means your own recommendation, you can use your own data to personalize your service so that when they're interacting with it, they're interacting as it is you. It's you, Baba, it's you, Frederick, and all of that. So that is what it's used for. So this one is for conversational AI and personalized. So you have three Amazon Lex, no, two. Amazon Lex and Amazon Personalized. This is for conversational and this is for personalized. So this is a tier one now where we talk about tier one is the pre-built AI services, right? Now tier two is the custom, the machine learning services, sorry. The machine learning services which enables you to train your own model, right? Because this one is already a trained model. Now this enables you to train your own model. So the machine learning service tier provides a more customized approach for customers who want a bit more control over their machine learning solutions without having to manage the infrastructure. So SageMaker is a key offering to this tier. So you have the SageMaker AI, which is a fully managed service. You can build, train, and deploy your own machine learning models without worrying about infrastructure. You don't need to worry about EC2, VPC, and the rest. You just need to use it and then build. Now, SageMaker AI Integrated Development Environment, IDE, provides simplified access control, transparency over your machine learning projects. You can track your model training experiment. You can visualize the data and debug and monitor your workflow all within one environment. So SageMaker AI even offer access to hundreds of pre-trained models that you can deploy in few clicks. So even with the SageMaker AI, you can still use pre-trained models, right? And then you can use your own models as well. Then the key benefits are you choose the machine learning tool of your choice. You have the fully managed infrastructure, so you don't need to worry about the underlying infrastructure and everything. You just use the infrastructure provided for you, and that is it. Repeatable machine learning workflow, which means that you can automate and standardize your machine learning operation practices and governance across the enterprise to support training. This simply means that with it, you can build automations. Like, training is collecting data, clean the data, um, uh, 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 um, classify the data, deploy the data. So that is a process, right? It's a process, it's an operational process. So you can standardize it with the SageMaker AI so that you don't need to come and be doing it always all the time. You just need to put data from the source and then boom, at the end you have a trained model. So you don't need to repeat the step manually. You can standardize it with repeatable machine learning workflows like that. Choice of machine learning tool. You can bring, it has an IDE, and then you can choose whichever tool you want to use for your machine learning training, like that. So that is for the machine learning service. We have only the SageMaker AI for that particular service. Then the last part is the machine learning frameworks and infrastructure. Now, some organization have specialized needs to require control over the training process. So for this one, AWS gives you the infrastructure. You train your model. For this one, AWS has have the infrastructure, have the model. You just use the model. This one, AWS has the infrastructure, but you bring your model and you train it yourself. Now, the last one, machine learning frameworks and infrastructure. Now, some companies, they want control. They want to create everything from ground up. They don't want anything. They don't want to depend on AWS for their infrastructure. They want to manage everything as they see fit, right? So here, organizations are specialized needs to have control over their training processes. They can use in-house expertise, machine learning frameworks, and AWS infrastructure to develop their own solution. So you have now the frameworks. A machine learning framework is a software library or tool that provide experienced machine learning practitioner with pre-built, optimized components for building their machine learning models. AWS supports machine learning frameworks like PyTorch, Apache, and TensorFlow. So these are not AWS products, but they are frameworks which you can use to enable you build your own machine learning. Then AWS machine learning infrastructure such as, now you see that for the infrastructure, you're the one providing your infrastructure, you start coming out to be optimized Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, which is Amazon EC2 instances. Yes, Amazon EMR, Amazon Elastic Container Services, which is, we have seen this as well. So with this infrastructure now, you cannot decide the EC2 instance that you want to use, the type of EC2 instance you want to use, the CPU, the pricing, all of this, you are the one deciding the infrastructure. You choose which framework you want to use, whether it's PyTorch, is Apache, or it's TensorFlow. You choose that one, right? So that is the third part when you talk about frameworks and infrastructure. So frameworks and infrastructure, you have total control over everything from the infrastructure to the framework to the model training to the model. You have full control. For this, for the machine learning service, you don't have control over the infrastructure, but you have control over training your models and then you use your models as you want. Then for the pre-build, you don't have control over anything. You just use um, a completely built model like that. Now, to test our skill, the owner of a car dealership wants to determine why her service department has lost businesses over the past 3 years. She wants to analyze a large amount of documented customers' comment to better understand customer sentiment. Which service would work well in this case? To better understand the customer sentiment, which service will better work in this way? Can you please answer? Here the keyword, understand customer sentiment. So here, what will be the answer? A, B, C, or D? Hello, guys. You guys are not here in this call. Answer now. Okay. Two people have answer. B, Frederick B. All right. Yes, the answer is B. Comprehend. It's going to comprehend. Submit. Pium. Correct. Now, a healthcare company wants to add conversational interface to its customer support application using a ready-made solution. Which service could they use for this? Translate, personalize, Amazon Lex, Amazon Comprehend. A conversational. It's going to be talking. Frederick says C. Who else has something else? All right. C is correct, which is Lex. Amazon Lex is used for conversational. All right, let's solve it. So you see, it's as easy as that. Now, an instructional designer is developing a new course, service skill. He wants to include several simulated cores to reinforce the learning because he doesn't have access to recording studio. He needs a quick way to convert his script to speech. It converts his script to speech. What is it going to use? Which service is it going to use? Textra, Kendra, Translate, Poly. Frederick said D. This guy said Kendra. That is B. Benjamin said D. What is Poly? Poly is a talkative. Mhm. Poly is talkative. But is it Kendra or is Poly? It's Poly. I go for Poly. Wants to convert his script to text. Yes, Amazon Poly is the one that is talking too much. So Poly converts text to speech in a live like support like that. So that's like the keyword. That's how you need to understand the keywords now. A small tech company wants to develop their own customized machine learning model without managing the underlying infrastructure. The company is looking for a solution that both their data scientists and business analysts can use. Which services are they going to use? They want to train their own without underlying infrastructure. Which service are they going to use? Kendra, SearchMaker AI, EC2 Lex. Frederick says B, SearchMaker. What has something else? What has something else? And not B, Loisa B. Okay, B is SearchMaker. Yes, because it's a machine learning service, but does not have the underlying infrastructure. So that is correct. Now, guess this. A team of machine learning engineers is developing a new machine learning model for a highly specialized application. They need complete control over their machine learning training process. So they are developing their own custom solution using PyTorch machine learning framework. What is an ML framework? One, a software library with pre-built optimized components. Two, Amazon EC2 that is optimized for machine learning training. An integrated software development environment that provides specified access to companies' machine learning projects. A managed service pre-trained to perform specified functions. Which one is correct? Frederick say A. Loisa say A. Everybody sure that's A? Yes. A framework is a software library for pre-built optimized components like that. Correct. Now let's go to what they call generative AI on AWS. This one is hard. All right. This is how the class is long. Today we're going to do all the machine learning. No? Wow. Okay, generative AI.
We've talked about AI, and we've talked about its subset, machine learning. Let's go even further and talk about deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. The theory behind it has been around for decades, but we lack the hardware to realize it until recently. In deep learning, models are trained using artificial neural networks that mimic the human brain. These networks contain layers of artificial neurons or math functions that mimic real human neurons. Each of them summarizes and feeds information to the next layer of artificial neurons until a final model is produced. This advanced technique helps us tackle more complex problems than ever before, such as computer vision and natural language processing. All of this makes generative AI possible. You might have heard of it. Generative AI is a type of deep learning that produces models capable of creating new content and ideas, like conversations, stories, images, and music. Generative AI is powered by extremely large machine learning models that are pre-trained on vast collections of data. These are commonly called foundation models, or FMs. Large language models, or LLMs, are a popular type of foundation model that are trained on vast amounts of text so they can learn how human language works. Unlike traditional ML models, which are trained to perform singular tasks, pre-trained FMs can be adapted to perform multiple tasks. AWS provides tools and services to help you build and scale customized generative AI solutions tailored to your business. The first of these services is Amazon SageMaker Jumpstart. SageMaker Jumpstart is a machine learning hub with foundation models and pre-built ML solutions that you can deploy with a few clicks. These pre-trained models are fully customizable for your specific use case by using your own data. Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed service that offers a broad choice of high-performing pre-trained foundation models from Amazon and other leading AI companies. With Amazon Bedrock, you can privately adapt these models with your data and deploy them without managing infrastructure. You can even use a common API to access multiple FMs. Amazon Q is an interactive assistant that can be tailored to your business. It seamlessly integrates with your company's information repositories so it can engage in contextualized conversations, provide insightful solutions, and complete actions relevant to your organization. The Amazon Q family of products includes Amazon Q Business and Amazon Q Developer. The capabilities of generative AI are exciting to contemplate. It's already helping us reimagine customer experiences, boost productivity, and drive innovation. In fact, I'm already using it to pick out my next hair color.
Okay, right. I think I had to watch that before because I'm not going through this. So, the key concept of generative AI that are important for understanding these emerging technologies are: one, we have deep learning, right? So, if we talk about generative AI, deep learning is a subset of machine learning where models are trained using layers of artificial neurons that mimic the human brain. Okay. Each layer of this neural network summarizes and feeds information to the next layer until the final model is produced. So, until the final model is produced, that is, it's just like a brain network. Before he speak, I think for those who did biology, we talk about neural network. It's just how your nervous system work, right? They coordinate each other before actually, when you see a picture, like you're looking at me now, for you to know that this is Baba, it means that your vision has taken the picture, pass it through your neural network before it goes to your brain for interpretation. So that is just how this deep learning actually works, which each layer of this neural network, they summarizes their feeds, passes them to the next layer right up to the final model. So what we have been interacting with has been the model, like the O2 model, the ChatGPT model. But before coming to that level, we have different feeds of data that use neural networks, just like the human nervous system. Now, generative AI is a type of deep learning. So this is deep learning using neural network, right? Generative AI is a type of deep learning which is powered by extremely large models known as foundational models, which are pre-trained on vast collection of data. So they are not just large models, but they are extremely large models, right? They're called foundational models. Foundational models are pre-trained on vast collection of data, while traditional machine learning models are trained to perform singular tasks. Difference. Now, the difference is this our data, this our pre-trained models, these are traditional models, right? Now, what does this solution does? This one, the translation model is used to do what? Translate only. If you ask who is the president of Cameroon, is it going to tell you? It's not going to tell you. It's going to translate document A to document B. It's for specialized task. This is known as the traditional models. So it was trained only to translate documents. This one is to comprehend only. This is to go text to speech only. This is to go speech to text only. Right? So these are how traditional models are trained for specific tasks. But when we move further to generative AI, it uses a vast or extremely large models which are trained on performing various tasks at the same time. So if you look at it, is referred to as large language models, LLMs. So are a popular type of foundational train to use human language foundational models. To use human language, sorry. Foundational models can be used to create videos, image, music, and more. Like that. So generative AI, you see, it's a subset of the deep learning, which uses a vast amount of data to pre-train the foundational model that can do simply everything. If we go back to ChatGPT, where is it? I had it open somewhere here. Was it not here? No, not here. Where was my ChatGPT open? My brain is not sitting very well. Okay, let's just use, let me open another ChatGPT here. So if I tell ChatGPT, being a generative AI, create an image of a black fowl. Now, what happens, right? It's not doing a specific task, but it's going to generate an image. Now, the next thing is, if I say write a story, it's going to create a story. If I say create a video, it's going to generate a video, which means that it is not specific, but it uses a collection of data from deep learning and neural network that has formed into this model, which can do multiple tasks compared to the traditional model. So we can therefore say that the models that ChatGPT is using is also known as it's a generative AI, right? Because it can generate from different information or for different neural networks like that. So if I say generate an image of a file, it's going to generate a file. So the image is processing, which we can come back to it later, like that. So you see, if you have a foundational model, you can now see that it can create documents, it can create music, it can generate image, computer, or do code, programming code like that. So that is generally what it means by generative AI. Now, if I show you my account in OpenAI, not there. All right. So if I come here, this is my account in OpenAI for Pocket Lawyer. If I come now to models, where are my models limits? You will now see that there are different models that you can literally use, right? Model usage. You have GPT-4, GPT-4 mini, GPT-4. So these are different models. This O4 mini, like that. These are the models that I am literally using behind my application, right? So these are generative AI models. They are not there for for specific things. They are there for a general, um, they can do a variety of things like create code, they can generate music, they can generate images, and so on based on that. So that is the difference between, you see, this is a Black Hawk, correct? It has generated a Black Hawk for us just here. Guys, give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. I have a call coming in. So we can now see generative AI, right? This is it has generated a Black Hawk for us. Sarai, I'm going to send you this cock for you to cook for Christmas. You keep it and then cook it for us for Christmas. Voilà.
All right, waiting.
Okay. So you see, generative AI, they use what they call foundational model from foundational model called large language model like that. Now coming to AWS, because you remember that everything that is happening, AWS has its own services for that particular thing. So first is understanding what generative AI is all about, and then generative AI on AWS now. AWS offers the following types of generative AI solution. One, you have the SageMaker Jumpstart. Remember, the other one we saw before in the traditional model, it's SageMaker AI. Now, this is SageMaker Jumpstart, which is a machine learning hub with foundational models and pre-built machine learning solutions deployable with a click. So it has foundational models and pre-built machine learning solutions. We have Amazon Bedrock. Give me a minute. Hey, you did what, Baba? You waited. Tu fais quoi avec ma maman? All right. Sorry, guys. So we have Amazon Bedrock, which is a fully managed service for adapting and deploying foundational models from Amazon and other leading AI companies. So if you want to deploy a foundational model from Amazon or other AI leading, you can use Amazon Bedrock. So you see, the very first one is Amazon SageMaker, which is a hub with foundational models and pre-built ML solutions, which you can deploy. Now, the second one is Bedrock, which is a managed service for adapting and deploying foundational models from Amazon and then leading AI companies like DeepSeek and the rest. Then you have Amazon Q. It is an interactive assistant. It is an assistant, which means that it can assist you, right? That can be integrated into a company's information repository. So you can integrate it within your repository, your data set, your company, and then it can assist you to do tasks and do other things. You can use them in programming. If I show you, I can show you that. Where is it? In my own practically. If you come here under my stuff, you're going to see here, I have Amazon Q. This is Amazon Q here on my computer, which if I want to use Q, I'll just play the Q. Where is it? Come on now. Where are you? Uh, this is ChatGPT this way, which I'm using this side. Amazon Q is supposed to be here somewhere. We start the extension. Okay. All right. So this is Q. If I want to use Q here, I'll just chat with it because I've integrated in my system. I can ask it to help me do tasks on my computer system like that. So if I just say Q analyze, so I can ask it to analyze my code. The same here. I can come here. This is the AI agent to generative AI. It's going to analyze the code and it's going to give you answers. If I come here, analyze my code, the same question. It's going to also analyze my code base here as well. So this is how you can integrate. These are the extension, the underlying which you can integrate it with an enterprise for assistance. It's going to assist you in doing that. I'm just showing you practically, but for you to just understand. So you see, it has finished analyzing. Then it's going to now give you structural breakdown of your code and everything. Security consideration is going to do that. If I want it to do something for me, it's going to actually work. So that is the level of generative AI or of this foundational model which you can use to actually make it do things for you. That's why you talk about, you hear about AI agents, right? So these are the level of the different set of generative AI that has actually come out like that. So this is also working. This is Copilot, I think. Yes, this is GitHub Copilot. Yes. So cancel. I'll cancel. Do you want to do tests? So you see, it has analyzed mission accomplished, problem fixed. This one, I stopped it somehow. I don't understand why. But generally, that's how it works, and that's how Amazon Q works. So you can integrate it inside the company system repository, and it's going to assist you to do that, right? So generative AI is a type of deep learning powered by extremely large models that are pre-trained on vast collection of data. What are these models called? What are the models? The models for generative AI, what are they called? Generative AI models, feature model, massive model, foundational models. Which one? How are they called? A, B, C, or D? Oh, some guys asking questions on the chat. I'm seeing it. You're replying to them now.
Yes, some guys on TikTok they were asking some few questions there.
All right. That's right. Okay, for the guys on TikTok, I'm coming, please. I'll come and answer to all your questions as you want. Let's round off here. So generative, somebody say it's A, Benjamin says A, Frederick says A. Are you sure? Think again. Look at it. Where is Samzak? We? Where is Samzak? Samzak has not been coming to class. Because we see him class. Only two people have answered. Remember, we say it's called the foundational model, FM, foundational model. These are foundational models that have been trained. If you look here, they say machine learning models known as foundational models. So the answer is D. Please, those on TikTok that are asking questions, I'm coming to answer all your questions, guys. All right. Generative AI solutions. We say SageMaker Jumpstart is what? It's a hub within SageMaker AI that accelerates the process of building, training, and deploying machine learning, right? And SearchMaker offers a library of pre-built machine learning solutions across various domains such as computer vision, natural language processing, tabular data. This pre-trained data can be fine-tuned to suit your specific needs, right? Common use case. What happened to my internet? The pictures are not there. Is it only my own problem? So you can have rapid deployment with the hub. You can have rapid deployment of pre-trained model without excessive machine learning expertise. So if you don't really know, you don't really have that expertise, you can have one click, you deploy your pre-trained model. You can fine-tune the pre-trained model with your own domain-specific data. So which means that with the jumpstart, you can still do a custom trained data for foundational models. This is what we talk about foundational models for generative AI foundational models, right? We're not talking again generally about the traditional models that we saw before. This is why we're talking about the foundational models. Now, you can also do machine learning experimentations and prototyping, which means that if you have an idea, you want to train a data to come out with a prototype, just like this is a prototype. This my application is actually a prototype application, which I'm still building, right? So you see that you can actually use the SageMaker Jumpstart for that purpose. Now, for Amazon Bedrock, you want to already have you want to build a production-ready application, right? So you want to use AWS own already foundational model for your application, already built with enterprise level security and privacy. If you're using multi-modal content generation, like you want to create application that can generate multiple contents, text and images and all of that, and then you want to build advanced conversational AI, you can now use the models in Amazon Bedrock that are already developed, the foundational models owned by Amazon as well as other AI companies. Like you can have companies such as Claude, Staff Fusion, and OpenAI, DeepSeek. You can find all of them on Amazon Bedrock. Like if you see here, I'm using Claude Sonnet here. So Amazon Q is using Claude Sonnet. You can switch between Claude Sonnet 4 and Claude Sonnet 7, like that. Now, if I turn it off, it means that I'm using directly AWS. If I want it on, I'm using a third party. So you see, agentic coding on, agentic coding off, like that. Here too, if you come to the right here, you'll see that I'm using Claude Sonnet 4, because Claude Sonnet is one of the most powerful models to use, right? When you're dealing with coding and the rest, it's one of the most powerful, like the strongest. But here I have Claude Sonnet, I have Gemini, I have O4 Mini for OpenAI and all of that. ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 4.5. These are all models that the AI is using based on what the data that it has been trained on and how to interact, like that. So that's the difference you need to know, because you can have an AI but it is using a particular model. So these are foundational models that the AI is actually using to be able to interact. Me, I'm using Claude Sonnet for like that. So you see, like if you go to Bedrock, you can see Claude Sonnet and all of that, which you can fine tune them. Then I have now the Cure products, which you have Amazon Cure for Business. Now, Cure for Business can answer pressing questions, help solve problems, this one is very important, and take action using data and enterprise, using the data and expertise found in your company's information. So it can use your company data and then it can take action based on that, right? So this is for the business. So Cure Business provides tailored assistance with secure connection to commonly used system. So this is for business purposes like information requires, automated workflow, email handling, all of those small things Cure Business can do. Now, Cure Developer is specialized for development purposes. Those that are doing with code recommendations to accelerate development, including C#, Java, JavaScript, Python. So this one now are for developers. Those are creating applications like myself. I'm proud of that. Like myself, I'm a vibe coder. I'm not a developer. So people should not come and contact me to develop their application for them like that. So it integrates with multiple IDE and helps developer write code faster and generate entire functions and logical block of code. This one you can actually see it here live like this. So it can actually write, you see, it is giving me this already an improvement issue. Can you fix I can ask it to fix the issue and it's going to do it without worries. Error handling, testing. So let's just say security configuration. Okay, let's say start improving. The security recommendations. Yeah, recommendations. Chronologically. First to last. Now, with AI2, that is why this is where prompt engineering comes in. They'll start telling you how to. Okay, so it's going to think now. So you see, it's working because it integrated. This is for development, right? So you see, it's going to start generating the error. If we go to the code, where's the pom.xml file? Yeah, is it? This is the file it's working on. Let's go back to the chart. So it's going to fix the file. Now I'll fix the pom.xml issue error like that. So it's going to work on your behalf. It's going to do the thing. So that's the advanced, the length in which the Cure developer is going to. So now it's proposing this for me to run this in my share. So I'm going to say run. So completed, it's going to do that and it's going to fix that. So that's how it is generally. It keep on for this, you need to be running and it's going to be changing. The same thing goes for both. So that's how Cure Developer, it works with development, enables developer build in different use cases. So Cure for Business is for business use cases, while Cure Developer is for development, for software development and coding like that. So that you should know. Now, question. A large advertising agency wants to quickly integrate a new content generation feature into its existing enterprise-wide design application. The new feature needs to be able to generate both text and image. The agent doesn't want to manage any infrastructure. What service would you best in this use case? The service does not want to manage any infrastructure, but it wants to integrate a new content into its existing enterprise-wide design. So which one are we going to use in this use case? Myself, I don't know this one. Answer, please. Is it A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Fred, Patrick, say something. Sorry, you should leave this one. Patrick, say something. A, B, C, or D? I'll go with, for this one, maybe my own, I'm also still guessing. I'll go with C. Benjamin said B maybe, and I said D. I'm going with C. Let's vote. Majority win the vote. C. Okay. Pray for you say C. Sandra on TikTok say B. Amazon Bedrock. Okay. We are going to count because this one myself. Okay, I have Benjamin say B, Sandra say B, so that's 2B. Prince say B, that's 3B. Eno say D, 1D. And then I'm saying C, that's 1C. So if I go for this B and I fail it, I'm going to. Now, see, let me explain again. They say integrated into an existing enterprise web design application. But it is a content generator feature that is integrated into an application. You look at the key term again, no. It is integrated into an application and it is a feature into the enterprise. Do you think it's going to be B, C, or I've changed my mind. I'm saying it's D now. I've changed my mind to D. Me and Eno is D. So, but B say, if I fail this one, but we'll go for majority because I don't know the answer myself. But I have a strong feeling that it's D because it's an application development in the enterprise. But let's go with B and C. If we fail this thing, B people, you see the answer is D. Hey, it's correct, oh. Oh, these B people win. Come on now. Bedrock. How is it Bedrock? Let's read. Bedrock would work well for fully managed enterprise-grade multimodal generative AI. Okay. All right. B wins. So Benjamin and Prince and Sandra, they win. They win even me. Yes, Prince, you are great. Next question. We are not finished. Next question. Okay, this one we already know the answer. A software development company is working on a new project with a very tight deadline. The company needs a way to develop the code faster without sacrificing reliability and security. Which service would best help this company meet deadline? A, B, C, or D? SageMaker, Jumpstart, Bedrock, Amazon Q Business, Amazon Q Developer. I think this one is easy. Somewhere say D. Prince, what are you saying? See, you people won the first one. D for Sabre. I also go with D for this one. So Frederick said D. Frederick has answered now. Frederick said D. Okay, Prince is saying D as well. So D is working for everybody. Great. D now is the development part, which is good. Okay, which is correct. So D is correct, Master. This thing is long. Oh. Data analytics. So we are done with machine learning and AI. We'll do data analytics and then we close. So in this section, we'll learn to describe the benefit of people of ETL. ETL means extraction, transform, load, data pipelines, and then you define data analytics like that. So you see, both machine learning and AI and data analytics are supported by good data. Now, let's review the ways in which data is being prepared and used. Now, data pipeline for ETL processing, right? So both machine learning and traditional data analytics needs clean, accessible data in the format that is usable by analytics tools and AI algorithm. So the ETL process are used for this purpose. With ETL, you perform the following step: extract, transform, and load. Now, because data comes in various forms, you can have like multiple sources of data. Since you are dealing with a wide variety of data, you need to be able to extract the data. You need to be able to transform the data in a way which the machine learning will be able to understand. and then you need to load it. Please, at the moment, I'm not taking any requests for people who want to come up because I'm actually having an active class. So ETL simply means extract, transform, and load. So data from various sources are stored, right? So you extract the data that is stored from various sources, you transform it into a consistent, usable format for downstream tools to consume, and then you load it into a destination system like a data warehouse or an analytic platform, right? So a data pipeline are automated assembly lines used to make the ETL process efficient, repeatable. So that pipeline, you see, it's a pipeline just like you have like your water pipeline. So which enables the extraction, transform, and load process automated, not manually, so that the process can be repeatable. Now, AWS has a suite of integrated services that you can use to build your own data pipeline. The data is not showing. Now I have data analysis. Why is this? Is it my network or something else? Let me,
So you have to refresh your page.
yes, let me see. Let me refresh the page and see. Okay. Perfect. Now, so this is how the data pipeline looks like. So you extract, you transform, and then you load like that. So that's how the data pipeline is. Now, data analytics is when an analyst transform raw historic data to uncover valuable insight and trends, right? So this traditional data analysis can apply to important use cases such as the following. Loan companies explaining lending decisions to customers, right? You just go to a company today, if you open an account today, they're not just going to loan you money if you don't have enough money. So all of these, they have like analysis. You have medical researcher analyzing clinical trial data through hypothesis testing, right? Insurance company making their risk assessment models transparent for regulators. That is why today, even in tech, we are doing cloud computing. But if you see in tech, you have a lot of data analysts as a role in tech, right? Data analysis, guys doing data analysis, there are boot camps, just like we have boot camp for DevOps and cloud engineers, you have boot camp for data analysis. What do you think their jobs are? They take all this data, they use tools to analyze the data to come out with results. So that's what an analyst does. So the analyst just analyze data. Different companies will need to analyze data for different reasons. Online companies, they want to analyze their sales record, they want to know how much they make, they want to forecast their business, profitability analysis, all of those financial transactions, medical, even military. You see there are people that have been predicting wars and all of those things. They analyze this data, right? All of this weather forecast. Today, if you go to Google, you see will rainfall tomorrow, will rainfall. How are they doing? They're analyzing all this data based on what? Historic data like that. So those are the jobs of data analyst, sorry. And that is why today data analyst is a very, very, very vibrant role in tech. And a lot of people are transitioning to tech and are doing data analyst because it's a core. When it comes to all this machine learning and the rest, data analysts are core into into the equation like that. So a data pipelines are automated assembly line used for ETL processes, used to make the ETL process efficient and repeatable. What does ETL stands for? A, B, C, or D? Exploit, transfer, lock, extract, transform, load, evaluate, test, launch, export, translate, link. Where are we? A, B, C, or D? Guys, A, B, C, or D? You guys are not answering. What's the meaning of ETL? Frederick is A. Frederick say A. Benjamin say B. Prince and Sandra say B. Yes, the answer is B. It's not explain, transfer, load, it's extract, transform, and load. Like that. Now, in the field of data analytics, analysts transform raw historic data into something useful. What are these analysts working to uncover with this transformed data? What are they working to uncover? A, hardware malfunction. B, programming errors. C, personal customer information. D, valuable insights and trend. What are we looking at? A, B, C, or D? All right. Everybody says it's D. D, valuable insights and trends. So that is the right answer for this one. All right. So that's what data analysts do. They take a bunch of nonsense data, they need to work on it to get valuable insights and trends. Like in Amazon, they know which product is selling. They're analyzing the data based on feedback, product review, how many times customers click on a particular product. That is how they're making their products and all of that. They can change their stock. They use these guys to analyze the data to enable them make good business decisions like that. So let's look at the AWS pipeline. The services, AWS data pipeline services. So we talk about the data pipeline now for extract, transform, and load. AWS has its own services that are used for the pipeline. So what are some of the services? Now, for data ingestion, which means bringing in data. It's not easy to stay with adults on a Saturday morning. So, data ingestion services are, we have Amazon Kinesis Data Stream and Amazon Data Firehose, right? So these two services are used to ingest data, which means they take in data. I think I have a solution that I built. We built for a bank. We're building a complete. I think I can show, since I'm no longer working that company. I'll show you guys how that solution looked like, right? The Kinesis service for data stream, you can use it for real-time ingestion of terabytes of data from application, a sensor, and all of that. And this is a serverless service and even provides automatic provisioning and scaling, right? So you can ingest data, terabytes of data from sensors, applications in real time. So which means that like people are clicking, I want to know how many people are clicking, sensor, what is the capturing and all of that. Like for example, take Tesla. You know, Tesla, they used to talk about Tesla as a car, but I later discovered that Tesla is not just a car company, but it's a data company. It mines data. You know that Tesla is driving today, you have like the auto driving. How do you think that the car drives automatically? Because it is in everything is in real time. It ingests the data, everything, the sensor in real time, and it processes data and analyzes data until it makes decision, it feeds the system on how to do. So all that is happening in real time. So Amazon Kinesis Data Stream is that service that enables you to ingest data in real time. While on the other hand, Amazon Data Firehose is the option for data ingestion in near real time, which means that it's not like millisecond, but near real time, which means like maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. So depending on your workload, what you want to do in ingesting data, you want to choose which service. So if you want a real-time ingestion of data, then you're talking about Amazon Kinesis data stream. But if you're talking about near real time, which means it's like it's not real time, but just near real time, then you're talking about Amazon Data Firehouse. Those are the two keywords you should know. Near real time is Kinesis, while near real time is Data Firehouse, like that. Now, we talk about data storage, right? Because when you ingest the data, you need to store it somewhere, right? So, data that comes from many different sources to gain insight, the data is commonly consolidated into a single location. Now, there are two storage options. You have the flexible data lake store, which stores a vast amount of raw data because all of the data that is coming in is raw data, right? Alternatively, you have a structured data warehouse that is optimized for business intelligence. So you have either Amazon S3, which we have seen it as a storage for your data lake choice. It can take, you remember, it's an object storage, which means it can store file, video, everything. It can store it in one, right? So you can use S3 for data storage, or you can use Amazon Redshift, which is a structured alternative for it is optimized for business intelligence, like that. So if it is not about structured and optimized for business intelligence, you can use your Amazon S3. Because I'm emphasizing on this key term because the questions will be based on key term, right? So you need to understand the key terms. Now, once you store your data, you need to be able to catalog the data, right? When you are transforming, you want to classify and catalog the data. So to catalog your data with metadata, AWS has what they call Amazon Glue for data catalog, right? AWS Glue. AWS Glue provides a centralized, scalable, managed metadata repository. This term metadata is a confusing term. We looked at it some other time. We talk about data, right? Well, yeah, it's information about information. For example, data, when we store an object, say an object file in S3, now we know that that's a file, right, which contains data. So that file alone is an object which is already data. But now the data about that data is the file name, the file size, the file type. Those are metadata. So those are information about the information. Like that, that's what is referred to as a metadata. So catalog, AWS Glue Catalog is used to manage metadata, right? To enhance discovery. So because you want to okay, I want all the file with the size this. So you see the size becomes a metadata. So you can filter now the data based on size, based on name, based on type, so Amazon Glue enables you to catalog your data based on metadata, like that. The next part now this is Glue Data Catalog. Now, the next part now is data processing services. We have the Amazon Glue itself, which is a fully managed ETL, extract, transform, load service that makes data preparation simpler, faster, and cost-effective. We have the Glue ETL jobs that can use AWS Glue Catalog to access metadata, right? And other things. So we can use the Glue it's a fully managed ETL service. We also have Amazon EMR, which is ideal for large-scale data processing and organizations with existing big data expertise. Because we have we have what we call big data, which you have records of historic data. So if you already have an existing big data, you use a service called EMR to be able to process those large data processing like that. Now, it automatically handles infrastructure provisioning, cluster management, and scaling. It supports big data frameworks like Apache Spark, Apache Hadoop, and Apache Hive. This is just for you to know, right? Because we are not data guys. So they use this tool to be able to process large data in Amazon EMR like that. So that is for ETL. So when we talk about ETL, we're talking about two. One, Amazon MR for large data, for big data, and you have Amazon Glue for ETL. It's a fully managed service that is used for ETL job, like that. Now, we also have data analysis and visualization. So once you've collect all this data, you've cleaned it, you've transformed it, and then you've loaded it now, this is where data analyst comes now to come and analyze that data. So when all the data have been collected, they can use tools like Amazon Athena, which you can use to run SQL queries, right, for relational and non-relational objects and custom. It's a fully managed serverless service. When we talk about serverless service, remember that we said it's managed by AWS, right? You don't need to provision any server. You just need to go to it and start using it. You only pay for what you use, right? And it can access data hosted on Amazon S3 and on premises and even on a multi-cloud environment. So you do not use Athena only on AWS. You can use it on your on-premise services. You can use it on multi-cloud, which means that you can use Athena to query data or analyze data in Google Cloud. You can use it to analyze data in Microsoft Azure as well. So it runs SQL queries. Remember when we did database, we talked about structured query language, right? So it is using SQL queries to be able to analyze relational and non-relational databases, objects rather, or data like that. Now, we're seeing Redshift for the second time. So Redshift is a fully data warehouse solution, which its columnar storage and massive parallel process architecture make it ideal for analyzing large data sets. You can use it to perform complex SQL queries. So you see that all of them use SQL, but with Redshift, you can use complex queries on large data sets for frequent high performance analytical workload. Complex, frequent high performance analytical workload. That is Amazon Redshift. You have QuickSight. It's for data visualization. You can able to visualize your data in charts. You see the bar chart, the pie chart, histogram, graphs, and so on. You literally use QuickSight to be able to have an insight into your data. So you see it's used to quickly create interactive dashboards and reports from various data sources without managing infrastructure. Amazon Q in QuickSight provide a natural processing so business analysts and users can build and discover and share meaningful insights in seconds. I think I have a picture of QuickSight that I did some days ago. So it's just about creating the dashboard with pie charts and graphs to be able to have an insight data visualization. Then OpenSearch is a service. With OpenSearch service, you can search relevant content through precise keyword matching or natural language queries, right? So Unified Dashboard provides real-time data visualizations as you analyze and monitor logs, traces, and query metrics like that. So with OpenSearch, you can use it to search within your data. As you've transformed the data, you want to search within the data, you can use OpenSearch like that. So these are the various data analytic tools from the point of data ingestion to data storage to data cataloging services to data processing services to data analysis and visualization services like that. So that is the whole process of data. So being a data engineer or being a data analyst. So you have different roles. You have data, you have data engineers, you have data analysts, you have what other job do we have? There are um three roles, three different jobs within this role. So you have data analysts that already analyze the data. You have data engineer, which they put the extraction, all the pipelines together, and they have like the engineers they construct the pipeline right up to data analysts. They analyze the data that has been collected and all of that. So these are the different roles which you have in the data sphere. So these are the services which we can have. Athena for query, for analysis, you have the Athena, you have Redshift. QuickSight is used for visualization and OpenSearch as well for search and visualization, like that. So let's test our skills. I don't know if this is okay. If this is okay, give one. I know that it's been hectic. If it's okay, put one in the chat. If it's not okay, if you have a question to ask, let me be looking at ask. I have a question to ask, you ask. Like that. Are we there? Pray for you. One. Okay, thank you. It means that it's okay from this side. People on TikTok are answering, people on Zoom are not answering. What's wrong? If it's not understood, you can ask the question, please. Those on Zoom, is it okay? If it's not okay, you can ask the question. All right. Let's go to question. Let's test our skills. If I do that, this is how this thing is long. Okay, so question. We're selecting two answers here. A data analytic team is creating an automated data pipeline. Automated data pipeline. Which service could they use for data ingestion? Select two. So you can say 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, and you select 2. I want everybody to put the answer in the chat now, right? Which I'm looking for everybody. Everybody from TikTok and let me bend this a little bit so that it's sure. Now, Redshift, Amazon Redshift, Kinesis data stream, Amazon EMR, Glue Catalog, Data Firehose. Which of them? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Which two are correct? We have to select two. Are we there? Nobody's answering? Come on, guys. For data ingestion, we have Kinesis data stream and Data Firehose, 1 and 5. Like that. Now, the data analytics team must ingest vast amount of unstructured data into the pipeline. Which service is best used for storing this data? Vast amount of unstructured data. But you are selling after the market. So A, B, C, or D for unstructured data. Unstructured data, A, B, C, or D? What say A, Benjamin say D. Please say C. Pray for you, say D. All right. So let's examine. A is Athena. Athena is used for data analytics to query the data, right? C, data firehose is used for ingestion, not storage. You look at the question again. It's used for storing data, unstructured data. So the right answer is D, Amazon S3 bucket, which is used to store unstructured data like that. Now, what is the best service suited for data processing in data pipeline? Data processing in data pipeline. A, Glue. B, QuickSight. C, Firehose. D, Amazon S3. Which one? For data processing. I'm waiting. Sandra said your data disappointed. Sorry about that. So I'm waiting for your answer, guys. Zoom, guys. Where are you? And I say A. Sandra's kind of lost. So data pipeline is only Eno has had that. Okay. No, Frederick says C. C is ingestion. A is glue. Glue is used for, look at it here. Glue Catalyst is a foolish management service, foolish managed service that makes data preparation simpler, faster, and cost-effective. The glue ETL job can use the glue card to access metadata about data and can help to transform and define data like that. So it's a data processing service, which is the glue, which is the only one that is found here. Submit, and it's correct. Now, which AWS service could the data analytics team choose for data visualization? Two services. You have to be Data Firehose, QuickSight, Athena, Glue, and OpenSearch. There has to be two services. Which one? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Any? Select 2. Select 2. A and T, that is 1 and 2, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B and D, 1 and 4. For data visualization, you guys should read well. Oh, visualization. Visualization means an insight into the data. Then you look at the name. Firehose. Does it resemble visualization? 2, someone said 2 and 3. One of them is correct. Pray for you, 1 and 4. None of them is correct. B and D, one of them is correct. A and D, it has right up to C and E, A, B, C, D, E. So 2 and 5. Yes, I think Prince has the correct answer. Correct answer is 2 and 5. We have QuickSight for 2 and then OpenSearch for data visualization. If we come back here and we check here, it said QuickSight for technical view to be able to give dashboards for various, it gives dashboards and reports for various data sources with the infrastructure like that. Then QuickSight, you can use it for search precise content, keyword matching, a unified dashboard that provides real-time data visualization as you analyze and monitor your logs. So the correct answer is 1, 2, and 5. So if I submit that, that is correct. They can use both QuickSight and OpenSearch service to visualize data in the pipeline, like that. So we'll end here. Koi, I'm tired. Data analytics and machine learning. Okay, this one is interesting. This one is just one thing. Okay. So now let's link the data analytics and machine learning in an interesting way. So if we review the solution discussed in the video, an e-commerce company uses an automated data pipeline to ingest data, process, and deliver the data to multiple stakeholders. As a result, the data scientists and machine learners can use the same data set for analysis and machine learning training model. So, one, e-commerce app company uses machine learning to make product recommendation. Remember when you go to shop on, thank you very much, Sandra. You remember when you go to shop on an e-commerce site, they're going to recommend you new products, right? So that is, they're using machine learning model to make product recommendation, right? Point 2, they store app data. Amazon Dynamo database stores the historic customer data, right? Gathering through the app. This makes sense for low latency reads and write, but it's not ideal for machine learning training. So the data that is being stored is not ideal for machine learning training here. Now, for it to be available for machine learning training, what happens is this data from the database is being ingested using the Kinesis data stream in real time, right? Then from there, the Kinesis data stream ingests data from DynamoDB, and the Amazon Data Firehose then aggregates the data like that. Hey, those who wrote back has come out. Now, the data is being processed with Lambda function, and then it's been stored in, the data is being stored in Amazon DynamoDB in a CSV file. Now, the glue is interacting with the data to catalog the data, and then we can have Athena to be able to query the data for data analytics. So data analytics now will now feed off of the data that is stored here in S3 to make data analysis, right? While those guys for machine learning, still with the same data that is stored here, will now then take the data into, remember that they're using custom training. They'll take the data now into what? The SageMaker AI and train their model based on that data. Another AI now will be recommending you the products again based on history as they're training the data based on your pattern. As you move along in the e-commerce, it's being stored in the DynamoDB. It's feed through the whole process. The data is being analyzed. When you make purchase, the next time you visit, they're going to recommend you different products based on what you shopped before, right? So all of this happen behind the scenes. But when you just visit a site, say Amazon.com. Now, if I visit Amazon, let me use my my main email. Okay, no, not this. Let me just, if I visit Amazon.com, or when you go to Netflix, if you go to Netflix, if you open your Netflix, you see that, no, I'm not They have not had that. This is just their homepage because this is a new profile. They don't have my data for this particular profile, right? But if you go to Netflix, let me just use example of Netflix. If you go to Netflix, you see that on Netflix, they are going to recommend you movies. Say, because you watch this movie, they'll recommend you different set of movies that is in line with a similar movie that you've watched before. How do you think they get that data? How do they track the fact that you've watched that movie? Have you ever liked an application or you like something on Facebook and then you go to, or you like a particular product that you shop on Amazon, then you want to go to Facebook, then you see that there is an ad on that particular product following you on Facebook. You want to go to Instagram, you see that that particular product is following you everywhere. All of those things, right? How do you think that these people do? It's because the moment they collect your data, they're training the data, right? And then the AI model is like, okay, you like this, means that if you come to this platform, they should be able to recommend. That's why all these guys, Facebook, you use Facebook for free. You don't know what to do with your data. Eh? You just go there, browse app and all of those things. And then you see how they're paying content creator, YouTube, all of that. They're paying all those content creators. You're watching, if you start watching some particular type of content, you start seeing that you see ads based on that particular type. They start saying you product based on the type of content that you're watching. How do the people know what I like? Sometimes you talk about it and you start seeing it. Do you know why? Because AI now has been we are being monitored in a very, very pervasive way that you will not even imagine. In the sense that the moment we are talking, you have on your phone, you have Siri, you're using iPhone, you have Siri who is listening. I have Amazon Alexa in my house who is listening. They are listening. That is a high, you've heard about Internet of Things. You have smart screens, smart fridges in your houses. They collect data every day from you. They collect data every day from you, and these people are processing this data and they are selling it to you. So they're using you, and then they're selling. I don't know how I can really explain it, but yes, they're collecting all this data in real time. I mean, in real time, like this, as we are talking. So that is how they do it. And we work for companies that are actually doing this and processing this data like that. And that is how it works. That's why you see you go everywhere, it follows. There are times you go to a shopping mall, you enter a particular shop, say you enter Victoria's Secret. You leave that place. You want to go on Facebook, you are seeing adverts of Victoria's Secret. How come? How do you start seeing adverts of Victoria's Secret like that? So that is how the data has been collected. So this is the where we are driving to. So this is just a sample application of a shopping, how recommendation is being done on a shopping. When you shop a particular product, the next day you come and they are recommending you different products like that. So that is how it is generally. So that said, now you know. For those that did not know before, now you know. Your score must be 80%. So let's start the quiz. I hope that we don't fail it. Let's start the quiz and then we'll go 10 questions. Yes, human beings will have no privacy, but there are options for you to have privacy in your phones. But it's just that now we are not informed. They will not tell you that go off this privacy, go off this privacy. But in your phone, you can stop all the privacy. Like now, as I'm talking, my Alexa is listening, but there's an option to mute the mic of Alexa so they cannot listen. But I don't have that time to go and be muting. So let them listen and do what they want to do. I'll buy only when I'm ready to buy. Like that. So yeah. So let's go to exam. We have 10 questions to pass. This is my account, so we should tread carefully and you guys should not make me feel this one. Like that. Okay, so let's do this and then we can call it a day. We have actually done a lot. So an e-commerce company wants to add a product recommendation engine to its online application to increase sales. The development team wants the recommendation to be relevant for each individual customer. Which pre-built AI service would work well in this use case? Amazon Personalized, Amazon Comprehend, Amazon Lex, Amazon Kendra, Amazon Lex. We want an individual customer service. So which one would be best? A, B, C, or D? Just from the word, they want the recommendation to be relevant to each individual customer. So which service are we going to go for? Just from the name, even if you don't know the definition, you can decide. A, right. Amazon Personalized. Okay, I'll go with A too. All right. So you see, Amazon Personalized can add personalized customer recommendations to application. Next, both classical programming and machine learning can be used to train computers to perform tasks. What is the main difference between the two approaches? Both programming and machine learning can be used to train computers to perform tasks. What is the main difference? Now, classical programming is used for mathematical operation, whereas machine learning is exclusive use for pattern recognitions in images and text. That is one. That's A. Classical programming requires more computational resources than machine learning, making it less efficient for complex tasks. That is not relevant. Classical programming is used for simple tasks, whereas machine learning is reserved for extreme complex tasks. Wrong, it's not relevant. Classical programming creates explicit rules for computers to follow. In machine learning, computers make predictions using pattern learned from historic data. So which one is the best answer? A, B, C, or D? Pray for you, say it is D. What kind of name is Pray for you? I pray for you. All right. How many people? Okay, everybody's saying D. Everybody's saying D. Okay. Because machine learning, we talk about prediction of pattern learned from historic data. Right. That is very correct. Okay, question 3. Extraction transform load is a process is often used to provide clean, accessible data in a format that is usable by analytic tools and AI algorithm. How does a data pipeline improve the process? Data pipeline makes ETL process more efficient and repeatable. A. Data pipeline reduce the variety of data source used by ETL. B. Data pipelines eliminate the need for data transformation. C. Data pipeline increase the amount of raw data collected. D. What is the right answer? What does data pipeline improve the ETL process? Pray for you says it's A. Eno says it's A. Mboa says A. Perkins, what are you saying? It's D. Prince says A. TikTok, I don't know. Okay, so the right answer is to improve the process, data pipeline makes ETL process more efficient and repeatable. Since it's a pipeline, it's a repeated process, right? So it comes in up and up. Yeah, so summary, it's correct. A. So submit. Okay. Next. Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed service that was specifically designed for working with large foundational models and building generative AI application. What does the service provide to access foundational models from Amazon, and what does the service provide to access foundational models from Amazon and leading AI startups? An open source repository, a dedicated cloud storage, free unlimited use, a single API use. A, B, or C? What does it, this one is a little bit complicated. Somebody said B, a dedicated cloud storage. No, it's not a cloud storage. That cannot be cloud storage. Now, I have two things. D is a single API, so it can provide you a single API which you can use any model for your startup. And an open source repository, it's not an open source repository, it's a single API. So the answer is D. Who has another answer apart from D? B. Pray for you. Say it's B. Becky say it's D. Prince says D. Yeah, a single API is that single point of connection where you can tap into any foundational model that you want. So I'm going to go for this, which is this. That is correct. So Amazon Bedrock provide it access to foundational models and leading AI startup, such as Claude and Diffusion, all through a single unified API like that. So next, a large healthcare organization wants to improve employee productivity. The company is searching for pre-built generative AI assistant that can answer questions, help solve problems, take actions using data and expertise found in its information repository. Which service would work well for this use case? A, Amazon Q Business. B, Amazon Bedrock. C, SearchMaker Jumpstart. D, Amazon Q Developer. Which use case? I'm waiting. Samre said B, Amazon Bedrock. What else has another answer? Let's go. Prince said D, Q Developer. Or is it the answer before? Okay, now the answer before. Enopeke said B. Pedro said B. Are you guys sure? It's for business productivity. The right answer there is Amazon Q Developer. That's A. B, Bedrock is a model, foundational model. But say the company is searching for a pre-built. It's a pre-built generative AI assistant, not the model, an assistant. Amazon Q is an assistant that is integrated to answer questions found in the information repository. So the answer is B. Q for business, because it's not, if it was helping developers to create the code, then it will be how to call it? It'll be D, but now it's for business to answer questions. It'll be D. A, sorry. So A, Q Business can answer pressing questions, help solve problems, and take actions using data and expertise found in your company's information repository. All right. Is it okay now, please? All right. So next question 6. Which AWS service can be used to build, train, and deploy a custom machine learning model without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. Without worrying about underlying infrastructure. A, Amazon Personalize. B, SageMaker AI. D, C, Comprehend. C, Amazon EMR. Which is the answer? Someone say D. B, D. Where are you? Is it B or is it D? B, SageMaker. B, prefer you say B. Okay. Yeah, SageMaker AI is used to build, train, and deploy custom machine learning. All right, so let's go to the next. That's good, guys. That's very good. Impressive for everybody, especially those that are on TikTok that have not been following the class from the beginning. So, question 7. Data can come from many different sources. To provide insight, the data must be consolidated in a single location. There are two storage options for this. Data lakes stores vast amount of raw data, and data warehouse are optimized for business intelligence. Which services are typically used as a data lake and a data warehouse? Now, AWS S3 is a popular choice for data lake, whereas Amazon Redshift is a data warehouse. EMR is popular choice for data lake, and Amazon Redshift is data warehouse. Amazon Redshift is popular choice for data lake, and Amazon S3 is data warehouse. Amazon S3 is popular choice for data lake, and whereas Amazon Athena is data lake warehouse. So which one is the correct one? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys for all the guys who followed me, who started following me. I appreciate. A, B, or C? Pray for you. Is this your new? Is this the answer to the question now, or that was a former answer? Somebody say it's B. Okay. Pray for you say it's D. So okay, someone said no. Okay, someone wants the answer. Let me put this chat this way so these guys will be seeing your answers as it's coming in as well. Even though you're not seeing the answers, if you go on TikTok, you'll see the answers. So, Samurai, what is your answer? Since you said no, you shouted no. What is the answer? Van Patrick, welcome. All right, the answer is not D. C. Someone says C. Okay, Samurai, your answer is C. All right. So, Amazon Redshift is popularly for business intelligence and is a data warehouse, not a data lake. S3 is a data lake, while Amazon Redshift is a data warehouse, like that. So S3 is most popular choice for data lake because it stores structured and unstructured data, while Amazon Redshift is a data warehouse that stores mostly structured data for business intelligence, like that.
But if you read the question, it says which AWS services are. It means there are two.
Yes, Amazon S3 and Amazon Redshift. Those are two.
Yes.
You get the point. So those are the two. So Redshift is suitable for with data warehouse, while Amazon S3 is for data lake. So you see, S3 can store virtually any amount of structured or unstructured data, making it a good choice. While Amazon Redshift is fully managed data service optimized for business intelligence. Like that. Yeah, Van Patrick, you're right. A. All right. Question 8. A financial service company is developing an application to analyze real time. The term there is real time stock data. So its team of analysts can make immediate trading decisions. The company needs to ingest real time stock data without worrying about server scaling up and down. Which service meets their needs? A. Amazon Kinesis data stream. B. Amazon QuickSight. C. Amazon Athena. D. Amazon EMR. So which one is your answer? NOPEC can say it's A. Who again is saying anything? Okay. Pray for you. A. Prince is A. All right. Are we there? Is that all? All right. Yes, the right answer is A. And remember, there are two data ingestion. One is real time, which is Amazon Kinesis data stream. And then the other one is near real time, which is Amazon data firehose. So it's very important to know the difference, actually. All right. So let's continue. Question 9. A small development team is looking to add a feature to its application that convert text to speech. Which pre-built AI service can they use for this task? A. Amazon Personalize. B. Amazon Poly. C. Amazon Text Track. And then D. Amazon Comprehend. Which one? I'm waiting. Uh, Prince say A. Vabati say C. Pray for you say A. Benjamin say B. Prince C. Okay. Benjamin say B. Samuel say B. Right. All right. So when they talk about text to speech, it's about talking, right? It's about talking with the mouth. So text to speech. What talks? A poly, a parrot, right? So it's Amazon Poly that is responsible for text to speech. So the right answer is B, not A. Personalized is where we're dealing with personalized recommendations, right? So text track is to extract text. Comprehend is to understand emotional sentiments within a context. So the right answer is Poly. So Poly is a text-to-speech service that converts written into live spoken audio and voice-enabled apps like that. So then there is what is the other service again? There's the other one from this Poly from text to speech. The one from speech to text is Comprehend. Okay. No, not just comprehend. It's another one. Forgotten the name again. Okay, last question of the day. Generative AI is a type of deep learning powered by extremely large machine learning models known as foundational models. What are the characteristics of foundational models? Select two. Oh, Mokumolo. What are the characteristics? Foundational models are trained to perform singular tasks. Foundational model can adapt to perform multiple tasks. Foundational models are programmed with explicit rules. Foundational models are pre-trained on vast collection of data. Foundational models can only use to create images. So which is which? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. I'm waiting for your answers. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to sit comfortable. I've oversight. 2 and 4. Someone said 2 and 4. Pam, pam, pam. Okay. Pray for you, say 2 and 4. B and C. Benjamin, for B and C, one is correct, one is wrong. But Patrick, 2 and 4. Good. People on Zoom, how far? All right, the answer is 2 and 4. B and D, yes, 2 and 4. So they can be adapted to perform multiple tasks and they are pre-trained on a vast collection of data. So when you're writing your exams, if they say 2, you need to always know answers like this. You see inside you select 2. There's some question that will say select 3. It means that 3 answers are correct. Like that. So you have to be careful. If you fail one, you fail the question. Let's say our score, 100% score, that is great. So we really are good with AI. So you see now, this is just the AI foundational course, which means that going through this AI and analytics, we've already brushed through a concept of understanding what it means by a model, a pre-built model, how to, the various services of model and so on and so forth. So after this, we can literally do the AI cloud practitioner certification like that because this is already part of it. So this is just a recap about anything. Okay, congratulations on completing this model. Return to the course detail link. So this was okay. We are done with this one.
So where can we find AWS key builder on the console?
No, it's on which console?
On the AWS console.
No, you cannot. It's not on the AWS console. It's a platform on its own. It's an independent platform on its own. So you see, we are done with that. So I think that was the additional section that was added here, right? So today was supposed to be the last session for this program, but now I'll push it to next week because we'll just finish with this one now, and then we start going for question and answer. We cannot do much more than we can do now because it's already, what time is it? 2. So we've already taken a lot of time now, which is great. And I feel that if we've not understood as much, but we've actually have some insight, which if you go back to revise, you have a much more better insight to this than just having it shallow like now. So I really still encourage you guys to reread this and already register for your certification, right? I want you to register for your certification so that we prepare and then you take your certification. After next week, we'll begin with projects rather, because now you already know what it is that we yes, okay. Now you already know what is required. You already know the definition of some services. Now, how do we start creating products working on projects? How do we start creating and working on projects to actually put this theory to practical? That's what we're going to start doing, like that, from after next week, because next week we'll just round up with this, and then instead of doing question and answer on Saturday, we're going to do like, I have a lot of time this time around. I have a lot of time, so I'm like on a two. I have a 3 months break from work beginning July 1st. So I think that I'm going to have a lot of time to do a lot of things, part of which is building my business. So I'm more building a website and all of that. So, but I have a lot of time for us to learn and then relearn and then unlearn and learn again. So, which means that I'll now have time to, maybe we can now schedule like some weekly classes, like midnight classes when people have come back from work, like that, because just once a week is not really practical because it has taken us a longer period of time, even though we've actually at the end of the program. But if we look from when we started, it's took us like months to just do this. So I guess we are good. I guess we are good now, and I encourage you guys to actually take up on your certification, but it's not a must. But I feel like I insisted on the certification before because I wanted you guys to take the training program seriously, right? Because guys were not taking it seriously. So I wanted you to take the program seriously. So, and you have actually taken it seriously, even in the few people which I did not waste my time and you did not waste your time, which is really, really appreciative. So I appreciate you for showing up, the power of showing up all the time. So we'll take it like a little bit further. But like I was saying in my last video I made yesterday about the bootcamp, the truth is you've already have the foundation. You need to expatiate on the foundation. I cannot always give you free training. You and I, we know that, right? I cannot always give you free training. So that is why, not that I have to sell, but even if not my bootcamp, but you need to now, after understanding, you need to find a direction. Do you want to continue to become a full-time cloud engineer? Do you want to understand what DevOps is? Because you're already doing DevOps on Sundays with Profatanga, which is started teaching you Linux and all of that. So you start seeing how practical that is, right? With that, you can now start saying, okay, or did I resonate more with security? Do I want to go more about cloud security and cyber security? Or now, oh, today we've done machine learning and AI. Do I think that I should concentrate more on data analytics? That word is always stressful for me. So like concentrate on data analytics, and expatiate on that and pick up bootcamp on that. Then it will enable you to transition. Like I said, this is not a race, it's a marathon. It's not jump in on tech today and then you get a job tomorrow and become a professional tomorrow. The highest thing is on you showing up. And I really appreciate if you guys like this, if you show up for yourself like this, doing this project, say 3 times a week for your own self. Forget about the course. You have been showing up every week for this course. But if you show up studying for yourself 3 times a week, I swear, vale. In the next, they used to say, don't say 3 to 4 months, you become a pro. But if you show up on yourself, you become a mid-level engineer without any difficulties in finding a job. So there's also power in showing up. Even if you take a bootcamp and you don't show up, it doesn't make sense. So taking a bootcamp means that you need to show up. Benjamin here is my student who pays big money, and he is showing up, and he can give you from what he had not understood when the classes start to where we are now, how the concept is and how because on day 1 to day 10 to day 20, maybe you are still going to be lost like a sheep in the forest. But you need to keep showing up to be able to grasp the concept, because by the time you grasp the concept, you say, oh, so this is why they were teaching us that thing they taught us I do not understand. That is how the process is, because they're going to teach you A, teach you Z, tissue Q, tissue W. Then at the end, they connect the dots. And it makes it A, B, C to Z, like that. So generally, that is how the transitioning is. Whether you want to become a cybersecurity analyst, you want to become a DevOps engineer, a cloud engineer, a data analyst, digital marketer, UI UX designer, a developer, you must show up. You must be consistent. You must put in the work, no matter what. So today we'll stop the class here. Unless I'll stop the recording, so it shouldn't be very long.